This is a 412 of Zohar Pshat, and we're on Daf Mem Tes Amud Av, the third line down. It's the beginning of a paragraph. It says Yetzer in large letters. See, Yetzer Hashem Elokim Es Adam. It says Yetzer Hashem Elokim Es Adam with two yuds. HaCha here, Nishtachlel Bekula. It becomes enhanced in everything. So the Derech HaEmes translates Nishtachlel as Nisi Aseid, founded. I always thought Nishtachlel means to be completed and enhanced. So I'm not sure, but he knows a lot more Zohar than I do. But either way, I don't think it makes that much difference here. But here it's he comes to Shlemus because Vayitzer with one you would indicate just Yetzer Tov. Vayitzer two you indicates Yetzer HoRa. But you mean of a small, right and left. But Kimna, and we've understood this, the Iskala be Yetzer Tov. Till now, he was including Yetzer Tov. Ava Yetzer Hashem Elokim. Now the extra yud be Yetzer Tov, Yetzer HoRa. And now he's got the Yetzer as well. Amai, right? So why? Why is he? So important to understand that we know that before the Chet of Adam Rishon, according to the Kabbalim, the Yetzer HoRa was outside of Adam. So what do you mean he has the Yetzer HoRa before the Chet of Adam Rishon? It's the whole Chaim Belazna, famous Nefesh Chaim, where it says that before the Chet, it was external, and as a result of the Chet, which was according to the Rambam, Meravuchim was choice between Emes and Sheker, and he chose Sheker. So after that, the Ra became internalized. So the two Yetzer HoRas. I think this is Kabbalah 101. There's the Yetzer HoRa of the drives, which are emotional, and the Bisol speaks about this in the Years. So Musar, I think it is, where it's a different Years, where the very often the Yetzer HaTov is a term for the intellect, which normally, if used properly, it will lead you to the right direction. The Yetzer HaRa is a term for the emotion, which normally, if you're unchecked, will lead you to a bad direction, but they're not intrinsically good or bad. So the Zohar is really going with that Yetzer HaRa and Yetzer HaTov over here as well. And there's a separate Yetzer, which is the inclination to evil, to tumah, to be a bad person, do bad things. That's really the Yetzer. Came with that Yetzer to do bad things came into humanity after the Chet of Adam Rishon. But before the Chet of Adam Rishon was intellectual and emotional. If you take certain things on face level, so you understand, as Zohar is going to here learn a more esoteric level, that the masculine, the men represent the Yetzer HaTov, the intellect, and the women, the Yetzer HaRa, the emotion. But as we know, masculine and feminine in Zohar, in Kabbalah usually don't refer to men and women, but to masculine and feminine tendencies, which both men and women can possess. So in any event, here we have the Yetzer HaTov and the Yetzer HaRa coming together means intellect, and he needs emotion, and emotion needs intellect. Neither can function on its own. That's our Vayitzer with the second Yud represents this positive development of the Yetzer HaRa being included in the creation of Adam Rishon. The Amai, right? So why is this? Why do we need Yetzer HaRa? Yetzer Tov, lay the garmei. The Yetzer Tov is for a person himself. And in other words, the intellect functions unto its own. And it's really doesn't interact even with the rest of the person himself, much as with the rest of the world. Yetzer, at least Nukva. Yetzer is given to arouse a person to the Nekeva. Now, the Nekeva here is obviously, again, a metaphorical one, and it means that there is this idea of emotion. The Nukva is the emotional drive which a person has to receive and to connect and to assimilate with other things. So the intellect stands on its own, and true intellectuals are complete introverts as well. But the emotions are something which function as make a person needy, and not necessarily in a bad sense, right? A person who's needy is usually considered to be a bad thing, but no, a person needs to interact and connect and have fulfillment through interactions. and the interactions are not necessarily with other people, with other entities, with other ideas, other concepts, which come from outside. And I assume we're going to expand this further. When we start smaller, Isar Toilet Nukva. And from the left side, from the emotions, come this idea of being of Nukva. Raz in the Mila, the secret here of this word is Mikan Olifna, which you learn from here, is the tzafon is Adir Toilet Nukva. Then the north side always arouses itself to the Nukva. And the fascinating thing is that Yetzer and Nukva are not precisely congruent here. The Yetzer is emotions, and it creates a status called Nukva. The drive to be fulfilled by interaction with other things. So the HoRa seems to be tzafon, and from the tzafon, from the north, comes this idea, again, from what's tzafun, hidden within a person, comes the idea of the necessary interaction in order to create the necessity, create the requirement that a person not just be in a vacuum, and not just be a complete intellect. The Biskasha Bada, it's Isha. And as a result, it's called Isha. And Isha, he's saying, is the way the Suam explains it, is Eish Hay. And Eish Hay means, obviously, the hay is incomplete, right? So it's a fire, right? It's the fire is something which wants to consume, wants to draw into itself, wants to be fervent and excited, and it's because of the hay, the fact that it's missing. It's not a yud, right? The ish is with a yud inside. It's complete. Intellect can stand on its own. The hay is not complete. It's incomplete. It needs to interact. So therefore, they have the again. It's not male, female. It's masculine, feminine, and it's intellect and emotion in this case. Intellect can stand on its own. Could be a yud. Ish, that's ish, but isha needs to have some sort of connection in order to be mashlim, in order to perfect the hay, which is intrinsic to it. Okay, so v'toch chazein come say Yetzer Tov Yetzer HoRa p'nisiavas nukva beinayu. The nukva comes between the two of them, right? And this need to be completed by something else, to connect something else, comes as a result of this emotion existing, and it's into the intellect and emotion interact, and this requires this connection to other things. So again, I guess the emotions, like I said before, in of themselves create the nukva, which is outside of it. And it could be that it's because this interaction between the intellect and the emotion, that otherwise maybe emotion wouldn't stop to think, what do I need? Maybe it wouldn't contemplate. They would just run amok. And that's why it's called the Yetzer HoRa. But the connection between the intellect and emotion causes there to be a necessity to look for things in which to fulfill itself. Okay, this gets is pretty deep. It says here, Savstuk benayu, the iskashus badai, and they're connected to iskasha, the Yetzer is agaba, and they don't connect to the Yetzer is aroused towards the intellect, towards the HaTov, miskash and dabada, and they're connected to each other, and that creates the nukva. Okay, and the v'kem and the miskash and dabada, once they connect to each other, then it's Yetzer Tov diu chedva. Then the Yetzer Tov, which is chedva, is aroused as well, but I still go back and come towards it. I want to leave that for tomorrow because it's a very powerful statement about the chedva.